Hello everyone, we will now see our next tutorial, that is mesh refinement sources. So in this tutorial we will see how we can use the refinement sources and refine the mesh locally. So let's start. You can see here, this is the simple cube model we will be using for this tutorial, and the center of this cube is at the origin, that is at 000 location. So with this, let's see some details about the abstract model file. You can see here, I have opened the abstract model file. Now let's see where exactly the refinement sources attribute is there. So for that, one need to click on the model class. Then in the meshing tab, I'll just create on the create, then refinement. After that, refinement sources, and then you have a lot of options here. So let's see a first option, that is point. So I have already created that attribute. So I will quickly open that. So you can see here in the attribute editor with refinement sources as point, we have given some value that is zero point 0.5 mm. So what we are saying is we want the refinement about this point. So we have given 000 means we want a mesh refinement about the origin, and the size of that refinement is 0.5 mm. I'll close this attribute and we'll just carry out our simulation model and meshing, and we will see how exactly the mesh looks at the origin location. So I'll first create the simulation model. All of you know that. For that, I need to select a CAD model. I'll just select the cube. Then my simulation model will get ready. Yes, you can see here. This is my simulation model. Now I'll just click on my mesh icon, and you can see here my mesh is created now. Now let's see the mesh at the origin or the center of the cube. For that, I'll just take a plane section. So for that, I'll just go here in the action, open, click plane editor. After that, maybe I'll just select the Z axis because I want the plane perpendicular to Z axis. And then I'll just select view, hide all but selected. So you can see here at the center we can see some mesh refinement. So the mesh refinement happened with 0.5 mm size at the point location whatever we have given. So we have given the origin, that is 000 location. So that's why at the center of the cube you can see a mesh refinement. So maybe I'll just exit this and we'll now see other refinement sources option. Let's now see line refinement option. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file with refinement sources attribute having line as an option. So I'll just open this attribute. So you can see here in this attribute I have used line as my option, and I've given 0.5 mm as my refinement size. You can see here I have given the starting coordinate of my line, and I've given the end coordinate of my line. So through this attribute, what I am saying is I want mesh refinement about this line whose starting and end points are these, and the refinement should happen with 0.5 mm size. So let's create the simulation model and see how exactly the mesh looks like. So you can see here, this is my simulation model. I'll just carry out the meshing. Yes, you can see here, my mesh is created now. Now I'll just take the sectional view. For that, I'll go in the action, open, clip plane editor. After that, maybe I'll just select the x-axis because I want plane perpendicular to my x-axis. So I'll just click on update, and I'll just click on view, hide, all but selected. So you can see here mesh refinement happen around a line for which we have provided the start and the end coordinate. So likewise, you can provide your refinement source and the software will carry out the mesh refinement about that source entity. I'll just exit this and we will now see a polyline refinement option. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file with refinement sources attribute having polyline option. So I'll just open this attribute. So you can see here I have just set polyline as my option and 0.5 as the value, and then I have provided the points details. So the polyline will be created connecting all these points and will have the mesh refinement about this polyline with 0.5 mm size. So let's create the simulation model and see how exactly the mesh looks like. So simulation model is ready. I'll just click on this mesh icon and my mesh will created with that refinement. You can see here my mesh is ready now. I'll just create a sectional view which is perpendicular to my z-axis. So for that I'll go in the action, open, clip plane editor. So here I'll just select z-axis, I'll click on update, maybe I'll just select view, hide, all were selected. So you can see here, this is what the refinement happened about the polyline. So this way one can do the refinement locally based on your requirement. Let's now see the plane refinement option. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file with refinement sources attribute having plane as an option. So I'll quickly open that attribute. So you can see here I have set plane as my option with 0.5 as a size, and I've given the details of my plane. That is, the center should be here, width and height of that plane should be this. So note that whatever details we provide here for the width and height, software will take 2 times of that value while considering the plane. So I'll just close this attribute and we'll create a simulation model. So you can see here my simulation model is ready. Now I'll just carry out the meshing. Yes, you can see here my mesh is ready now. I'll just take a sectional view. So for that, I'll go in the action, open, clip plane editor. I'll take a section perpendicular to my Z axis. So I'll just select Z here and then I'll click on update. After that, I'll click on view, hide, all but selected. So you can see here some mesh refinement happened with the plain details, whatever we have given in our attribute. So likewise, one can do the mesh refinement with the help of mesh refinement sources. Let's see another option now, that is circle refinement. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file containing refinement sources attribute with circle option. I'll quickly open this attribute. So you can see here I have set circle as my option with 0.5 as a value, and I have given some details of my circle. That is, what should be my radius, where should be my center, and I have given the details about the normal. So with this, a circle would be considered and the mesh requirement would happen around that circle with 0.5 mm size. So let's create a simulation model. So you can see here my simulation model is now ready. I'll just carry out the meshing now. You can see here my mesh is ready. Now I'll just take a sectional view perpendicular to my x-axis. So I'll click on action, open, click plane editor. After that, I'll just select my x-axis. After that, I'll click on update and I'll click on view, hide, all but selected. So you can see here, a refinement happens with the details of the circle, whatever we have given in our attribute. So likewise, you can have the refinement with the help of refinement sources. Let's now see another option, that is the cube option. You can see here, I have opened the abstract model file with refinement source attribute having cube as an option. So I'll just open the attribute here. So you can see here, I have set the cube option with 0.5 mm as my refinement size. After that, I have given some details about my cube, that is where my center should be, what should be my width, height and depth. Note that software will take the twice of these values while considering the refinement with cube option. So I'll just close this attribute and we will create the simulation model. You can see here my simulation model is now ready. Maybe I'll quickly carry out the meshing here. Yes, you can see here my mesh is now ready. Maybe I'll take some sectional view. So I'll go in the action, open, clip plane editor. Maybe I'll just take the X and maybe Z axis. I'll click on update. Then I'll click on view, hide, all but selected. Maybe for Z also I'll show here. So you can see here, this is what the refinement happened with the cube option. So this is my X direction. This one is my Y direction and this is my Z direction. So this way one can have the refinement with the refinement source option. Let's now see another option, that is the cylinder. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file containing refinement source attribute with cylinder option. Maybe I'll quickly open it. So you can see here I have given the cylinder option with 2 mm as my refinement size. And you can see here I have given some of the details related to my cylinder option. So I have given the radius, I have given the height, the center and the normal. Note that whatever value we provide against the height, software will take twice of that. So with this, we create the simulation model. So you can see here my simulation model is now ready. Maybe I'll quickly carry out the meshing. You can see here my mesh is also ready. Maybe we will take a sectional view against X and Z axis. So I'll go in the action, open, clip plane editor. After that, maybe I'll just select X and I will click on update. Similarly, I'll click on the Z axis as well so that we can see the radial refinement. I'll click on update and maybe I'll click on view, hide, forward selected. I'll just select X axis as well. Yeah. So you can see here, this is my refinement with the cylinder option. So this is what the length of my cylinder and this is what my radius of the cylinder. So likewise, you can have the refinement with the help of a refinement source attribute. Let's now see the another option, that is the sphere refinement. You can see here, I have opened the abstract model file with the refinement sources attribute having sphere as an option. So I'll quickly open the attribute editor. So you can see here, I've set sphere as my option with 2 mm as my refinement size. After that, I've given some details of my sphere, that is what should be the radius, where should be my center, and with this we will just create our simulation model. So you can see here our simulation model is now ready. Maybe I will carry out meshing also. Yes, you can see here our mesh is ready now. Now I'll take some sectional view. Maybe I'll open the clip plane editor with X axis. So I'll just click on update. Also, I'll just select my Z axis. I'll click update and after that I'll see or I'll do view hide all but selected. Maybe for x-axis also I'll just select it. Yeah, so you can see here, this is what the refinement happens with the sphere option. So likewise, you can set your refinement sources and you can have the refinement locally based on your requirement. Let's see the last option now, that is the torus refinement. You can see here, I have opened the abstract model file with refinement source attribute having torus as an option. I'll quickly open this attribute. So you can see here I have set torus as my option with some value, and I have given some necessary details required for this torus option, that is radius, center location, normal, width and height. So I'll close this attribute and I'll quickly create the simulation model. So you can see here simulation model is now ready. Maybe I will quickly carry out the meshing as well. You can see here our mesh is ready now. Maybe I'll take some sectional view. So I'll just open my clip plane editor. I'll just select my x-axis. I'll click on update. Maybe I'll also take my z-axis. I'll click on update and just click on view hide all but selected. I'll just on my x plane also. So you can see here one can get the refinement with the torus option. So likewise, you can use any option and you can have the refinement locally based on your requirement. So that's all about this tutorial. If you guys are having any question or any queries, then please feel free to contact at support@novusnexus.com and we'll get back to you accordingly. We will now meet in the next tutorial. Till then, have a good day. Bye.